Don't piss on his car.
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, live with App 5. Today's episode is going to be a lesson, educational, business. We got, and I'm trying to do it, right? We're going to call him Big D, but, give me a second. I want to take a shot at the name. Dan Sachkowsky.
Pretty close. Not Sachkowsky, not Sachkowsky.
I pronounced every single letter. So say it again.
Sachkowsky.
Sachkowsky.
Yes. Dan
Sachkowsky. We know him as Big Dan, Big D. When did that start? You just because in the urban culture, that's a no Diddy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, the Big D.
The Big D. That's a no Diddy.
The last podcast I was on, they were like, "Oh, we can't say that around here." Like, you guys are fucking weird. I used to be a bodybuilder.
Oh, okay.
So everyone used to call me Big D. I was always jacked and stuff back in the day.
Oh, so you've been jacked.
Yeah.
So this is leftover jacked.
I'm little, man.
But my brother, welcome. When I connect with people from the podcast world, it gives me motivation because it lets me know that I'm out there. People can see me. I see you as well. You spit gems every day. You're trying to get people to you're not keeping the game. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you learn, whenever you started your business, we're gonna get into that. But the fact that you share and you want to help, and obviously there's money behind it or whatever, but you're not, like we spoke about in the car, you're not in it for the money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Before we even start, why do you even give a shit? In other words, why do you want to help people?
Well, there's so many people out there who just don't know where to go or where to start. And I had a mentor when I was young. And my mentor really showed me, inspired me, and pushed me to be my best, but just by telling me that he believed in me. When we're kids, we have dreams. We aspire to do big things. We want nice cars. We want nice things. We want to be firemen. We want to drive a Corvette, whatever it is. And then we grow up and we listen to everybody. We listen to the noise. And now you're lucky to have a car that takes you from A to B. You're lucky to have a job. You're lucky to have a roof over your head. You go from dreaming to being lucky. How lucky are you if you're not living your dream? So most people stop growing and stop dreaming at such an early age, and they live such a dead life because they just follow the path. Work for 40 years, for 40 hours, retire on 40% of your paycheck. Hopefully we don't have to pay you a pension or disability or Social Security or whatever you're trying to score, because you're not going to last much longer.
That's a fact.
The average lifespan after retirement is less than 7 years.
Damn.
Most people, by the time they get able and willing to enjoy life, there's nothing left.
It's too late.
They're sick. Their spouse is sick. So many different things. It's your own fault. But at the same time, it's the way you were taught. You were conditioned by normal people on how to be normal, think normal, and deliver normal. There's a different class of people out there who are the black sheep. They don't follow the herd. They lead the herd. They stand out. They do different. They get yelled at. They go to detention because they just don't want to be like everybody else. Unfortunately, it's easier to be comfortable and stand in the line when you look like everyone else, so people aren't pointing at you. But if you're willing to take the beating, to bleed, to suffer, just so you can have a life a little bit better, you're going to suffer anyway. I believe in life you suffer one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So the choice is yours, and you have to decide what you want to do. So I try to open people up and show them and bring them back to that place when they were young. What did you want to do? Where did you want to be? If you could write on a piece of paper and open it up 20 years later, would this be it? Why are we here?
And there you go. Now that's a fucking intro, baby. Thank you, my brother. I expect nothing less from this interview. I know, you're gonna drop them gems, and that's why it's a treat. I'm lucky to have you here, brother. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate the offer.
I know you had a long day, but after this, we're gonna go chop it up and get some grub. So don't worry about it. So entrepreneur, business owner, business growth expert. We're gonna get into all that. Let's start with born and raised, so we could, let's get some beginning. So where you said, "Fuck this, I'm not going along with everybody else."
Early in my life, I seen more. I seen a different life. I seen bigger houses. I seen a different living pattern. I seen a different way of living besides the way I was growing up. I realized there was more to it, but we're locked in this cage. Just like the circus. People who are in a circus, these are the only people they know, the only people they interact with.
Yep.
They're not free. When you allow yourself to jump out of the cage and escape mediocrity, escape what normal is, and you see a different way, a different path, you got to choose. Is that where I want to be, or is this where I want to be? So when I was young, I knew that I wanted to be different. I wasn't going to accept this version of life when I knew that there was another version out there.
But how'd you know that? We're talking about...
We passed Bon Jovi's house.
Oh, hell yeah.
When I was a kid, we drove past his house. I thought it was a store. Because I lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I grew up in an apartment house. Yeah. Small living. But that opened me up to big thinking. And when my dad said, "Those are rich people, we'll never be rich."
Cool.
I beg to differ.
That sparked it.
But rich is something that many people chase. Rich cannot be money. Rich has to be a feeling. Rich has to be abundance. Rich has to be purpose. Has to be something besides money. Too many people chase the dollar and they fall short. If you chase the dollar, you're always going to chase the dollar, and there's never going to be enough. But if you live a life of purpose and you provide and you bring value and you help people and you're a servant, you'll always be taken care of.
No, you're definitely helping, bro. And a lot of people want to keep all that to themselves. Everything you know and everything that you coach, because you coach as well. Bro, it's people keep that shit, man. And you mentioned your dad. What was what a relationship with your parents?
Growing up, I didn't listen to him. My parents got divorced when I was probably like 18. I don't have a really solid relationship with my dad. I see him. He's got more relationship with my brother. We're two different people. My dad and my brother are identical. My mom now, later on in life, is proud of me. In the beginning, she wanted me to follow the steps, get a union job, because that's what she does, And it just wasn't for me.
That's the plan for everybody.
Follow the plan.
Follow the plan.
And plan to fail. But my parents are great people. They brought me here, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. But sometimes you got to cut your ties. You got to realize that you can leave an identity behind with the people who created it. You can still love them. You can still appreciate them. You can still interact with them. But they're not going to be a visionary. They're not going to see what you see. They're not going to do what you do. And until you step outside of that world, so many people are scared to let go of a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a cousin, a boyfriend, a girl, whoever it is. And if you hang on to something small, you can never get something that's large. Because you're holding on to something, and once you let go, life opens up. But it's not going to be with the same people who think the way that you used to think. You have to find people who think the way you're thinking now.
So, if you don't want to be let's go back to the normal. If you go and there's nothing wrong if you want to be normal. If you want to, I'm normal.
I mean, what's the definition of normal? If you want to be average, that's fine.
You go. But there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to send the message that
listen,
there's nothing wrong with it. But
and it doesn't have to be money.
Yeah,
it could just be someone who helps in the community.
Exactly.
It could just be someone who helps in the church. It could just be someone who gives out, free content of teaching something because they feel it's their obligation. Being normal is being set to a pace that you do this, you stay in your lane, that's all you do, you get what you get, and everything you get is yours. But even if you were normal and you gave away what was yours, the universe will literally plow it back to you tenfold.
I just called myself normal in the car, and you corrected me. You was like, "Nah, bro, you're not normal."
Yeah.
Because you just came out of work, you here with me now, and Sunday, and tomorrow I gotta, hang out with my son, and we're gonna play football, or I gotta watch him play football, and then Sunday I'm gonna be back here. So I'm not normal as far as work, home, and you're not even trying to help in the church or to help at the library, whatever. That's so, like you said, it's not about money. It's about you're not just work, home, family, Home Depot, back home.
Yeah.
That's I understand what you mean. So, anything extra. In other words,
just do more
Yep.
than other people are willing to do, and you'll get more than other people have.
Oh no, you get it. The karma, it comes back, baby.
And it might not. Some people think like, oh, I do so much, I try so much. Well, try is a word of failure. And they set themselves up to think that like everything reciprocates back to them. You may be a servant for the next 40 years, but your kids might get your reward.
There you go.
Your grandkids might get your reward. But people are going to remember what you did, and that's going to create a connection that may change a life that was developed from you. It's not necessarily going to come in your time.
Yeah, this is they want the cash back now.
Yeah.
What So what, you grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey?
Yeah, I moved out when I was 14.
14 from.
And then I moved to like the suburbs.
You moved out on your own?
No, my family.
I'm about to say, wow, that's gangster.
My family moved.
Oh, okay. So that's what. So you straight Jersey all your life? Mm-hmm. What is that like over there? School
not like over here.
School the New Yorkers about Jersey, because you got. I know you got hoods, you got suburbs, you got. What is Jersey? I don't get it.
I think New York is chaos. I think New Jersey is controlled chaos.
Okay.
New Jersey has so many different areas, just like New York. You know what I mean? Like, you're here in the 5 boroughs, so this is going to be like Jersey City, Elizabeth, all that. So that's the same vibe out here.
Okay.
Right? But then you go maybe to Westchester, and that's going to be somewhere where it's a more ritzy area, right? Mm-hmm. Then you go somewhere where, like Monroe, New York, where you're in the farms, and we got that too.
Okay.
So I think when people think of New York, this is what they think of.
Just 5 boroughs.
That's it.
Chaos.
And then when people think of New Jersey, they think of Newark Airport. That's all they think about.
And IKEA.
There's so much.
IKEA.
Yeah.
That's what we love, IKEA.
There's so much more. Like Long Island, part of New York, you have that same lifestyle in Jersey. Mm-hmm. It's just that people become identified by what the world has presented that area to be. New York is known as Manhattan.
Yep.
That's what everyone thinks of. I'm from New York. Oh, man, how's the city? No, I live in the farm. Oh, really? You know what I mean? People don't get it. No,
but I like when I used to work in Penn Station, and the Jerseyans, is what you call yourselves? Whatever. And once they missed that train...
I don't think we call ourselves anything. I think you guys call us stuff.
But once y'all missed that train back to Jersey, you're screwed. Now you got to pay $100 cab because there's no other way back. It's just driving.
Yeah, I've never been really a guy who's super interested to take a train to New York.
You don't see a Rangers game?
No.
That's where they get caught at in the Garden.
Yeah, no
they get caught with a Knicks and a Rangers game, and now they're stuck because they got too drunk and they missed the last train out to Jersey.
Oh, I thought the trains always went.
Nah, Jersey Trans is fucked. Well, they're having a strike now, so get ready for that. So let's talk about did you know what you wanted to be when you was a kid? At 18, did you know? Because like you said,
I started my own business when I was 17. Construction. I just knew I wanted to be my own boss.
How does that happen? How the fuck do you start a construction business? What's the first step to that shit?
Bought some tools and a truck and just said I was a contractor.
There you go.
Just went after it. You got to be ignorant in the beginning to know that like your ignorance on fire is going to create your success. But your ignorance, like looking at the wall and expecting to be perfect, is going to create you falling on your face. So you just got to go after it, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you're trying to start a podcast. It doesn't matter if you want to go in business. It doesn't matter if you want to learn how to play basketball. You just have to start. We all suck before we're good. And that's something I always tell people. Nobody who's ever created excellence at anything in their life was ever that good when they first started. Look at Michael Jordan. Cut off his high school basketball team, laughed at, ridiculed. Then when he went from basketball to baseball, he was laughed at. Bro, he's an icon. He battled two sports and became an amazing athlete at two sports. But when he was young, they wouldn't even put him in a game. So you just got to be willing to fight for what you want, no matter what that looks like or what it is.
So that first business, that was you by yourself. You was doing repairs and shit?
Like windows, doors, decks. And then by the time I was 20, I built my first house at 20. I had to lie to everybody and tell my dad owned the company.
Wow. Yeah, because you're a young, skinny kid. No, they don't fucking trust you.
I wasn't skinny. No, but yeah, I would always say my dad owns the company. You know, he works in the office. I'm out here.
Hell yeah.
And I always said it for years.
But why do you think I had to do that? If it wasn't for the appearance?
Because people, you know, people trust people based on their appearance and what they look like. And back then, you know, being young and being in business wasn't something that was like seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now kids are 18 years old crushing it in business, you know, 20 years old. But that's not something that was seen back then. So you want to build like and trust. So I just had to be like, yeah, it's my dad's company.
And you mentioned that there was failure a bunch of times. You failed, and you had to start over again.
I still fail.
100%. But with that business,
It went bankrupt. 2006.
So now
7 years in business.
So instead of quitting,
started right back up.
What's your next move?
Threw in the towel for that one. Let it go. Let's start somewhere else and just keep going. Got involved in direct sales, like network marketing back then. Made a few $1,000,000 in like 4 or 5 years. And then got back in construction. And I still own construction companies today. They self-generate, they self-work through systems and processes. I don't even show up. And I realized that over my life, the only thing that's going to happen is what I make happen. So I look for opportunities every day. And instead of most people spend their entire life in one area, in one zone, and then when life crumbles, it's over. That's what happened to me time one. So I said, over the next 10 years, how do I create 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 opportunities? Even if all of them just funded $100,000 a year, that's $800,000. 4 of them fold, still $400,000. Instead of trying to put all my time, my energy into one space, how do I build something to continue to build and then go build something else and allow myself to have opportunities that are flourishing by having multiple distribution points of income?
Instead of what they call it, all eggs in one basket.
Yep, all eggs in one basket.
So you're just planting seeds.
That's it.
And this, back to the point, you said you let the construction business do it itself?
Yeah, like so the leads come in. It's got a high presence on Google. Marketing is already taken care of. The sales are taken care of. There's office staff, and everything's taken care of through systems and processes. I can just log on the computer and see what everyone's doing.
Back in the days, you can't do that shit. You have to be there. You have to show up.
Well, now through computers, through everything, you know, CRMs and everything, you can see everything.
That's fucking hilarious. I love it, though. Can anyone start a business?
Anyone.
Because I know you mentioned that before. What is it? Is it laziness? Is it confidence? Is it what is it?
It goes back to childhood, right? It's a burning desire to have something. So when you were a kid, you were 4 years old, and you wanted fucking ice cream. What did you get? Ice cream. Because you kicked, screamed, whined, yelled till you got fucking ice cream. But when you get older, you start saying, okay, I think I want to own a business. Maybe I want to own a business. But if you were 4 years old and had an opportunity to own a business, you'd own a business. because you're going to go after it until you get it. But as you get older, you start making up these fake words in your head like, I can't. It's not even a word. I'll try. So how many people try to go to the gym and don't go back? You already set yourself up for failure when you say you're going to try. If you say you're going to try something, in the back of your mind, you're like, all right, so if it doesn't work, at least I attempted it and I know that I didn't not do it. But if you say, I'm going to do it and I'm going to make it happen, it will happen, then it happens. You know, just like we were talking offset before, like, hey, you have a shore house? Maybe. Never going to happen. Change the maybe into one day. Not yet. Soon. At the right time. Different way of thinking. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real life reality and what you're thinking. And when you start thinking a certain way and you start believing it, it just starts to happen.
What are some in your coaching in your you know, when you get the DMs, when you get, you know, when you go to these meetings to meet people and help them with their business, what are some of the worst fucking excuses you've heard? Like, besides the I can and try and all that bullshit.
Every excuse that someone gives often leads to the problem they have. I have no money. I need to make more money. I have no time. I want more time. They start living in this identity place and this victim mentality of why things aren't happening. When you look at somebody like me who has multiple things going on in his day every day, you go, fuck, that guy's busy. Dude, I work out every day for 2 hours. I probably don't leave the house till 12 o'clock. I'm done by 4. And I'm present all the time. I have 4 hours of grind every day when most people spend more time in travel than I do working. It's because people stay busy, but they don't get results. And people think because they're busy, they should be getting results. I work so much. That's cool. But what value do you bring to the hour? If you were doing something important or something valuable, you'd probably get paid a lot of money for it. But just showing up for a paycheck, everyone fucking does that. So it's all about what you bring to the table. So when people try to say, I'm busy, it's laughable. We're all fucking busy. Mm-hmm. But what are you busy doing? If it's not generating the results you're looking in your life, you're busy wasting your time. So once you admit that and you own that, then you could change that.
Speaking of my next point I was going to make was about the 40 hours, right? So let's talk about back to the working the 40 hours, right? So I wake up at 8. Let's talk about me. Let's just make it much easier for you and for me. I wake up at 4:30, punch in by 6. I'm back home by 11. I chill out, you know, because I got a layover. Boom, go back to work. I'm back home by 8. So from 5, let's just say from 5 to 8. That's my day, right? And that's punching the clock. So imagine how much more I can do if I didn't have to fucking punch that clock. You know what I mean?
You would still do more. Listen, you said 4:30. You're out of the house by 5.
Mm-hmm.
And you're back home at 11?
Yeah.
Till what time?
Till 3.
You have 4 hours. You can make 8 hours of a normal day happen in 4 hours. Mm-hmm. You could run and operate a business in that 4 hours. You could be at the gym getting jacked in that 4 hours.
That's a fact. that layover, I could do something with that layover.
What do you do? You go home, you have lunch, you maybe jump on Instagram, maybe make a couple calls, book a couple podcasts, bullshit with some people.
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting time.
100%.
Listen, life is only presented to us once. And people say, oh, I live every day. No, that's not true. You live every moment, every minute. You know, and then other people say, you only live once. Well, those people are hard to get through. You live every second that you're breathing, you have an opportunity to change what you're doing. You only die once. But when you die, do you want the man upstairs to be disappointed at you? Do you want him to be like, bro, I literally laid it out on a platter for you. I showed you all the opportunities. I connected you with all these people. And you fucking blew it. You know what I want? Dan, I don't know what the fuck you did, but you blew the lid off of it. You went beyond what I expected you to do. So many people want to do the bare minimum. This is why they live the way they live. They want to work the 8 hours. They want to watch the sitcoms. They want to stay up late. They want to do all this shit. Dude, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, but I'm sleeping by 9:30 at night. Every day. And I get a 2-hour workout in every day. I get all my businesses done every day. There's somehow 8 different posts on social media and all different platforms every day. That shit's all scheduled. Some of this stuff, other people are doing it. Time is money, man. Everyone wants to do everything themselves, but you're going to run out of time.
You're definitely going to run out of time. I definitely need to fucking and it's funny that you say get jacked, because that's my first like fucking I want to, you know, the bullshit excuses, like, but the gym is like, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? As far as run a business, that's a whole, you know, that's something that can come later.
You run a business already.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a podcast business.
Yes.
You have a rental business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? The rental business runs itself. Now I can see what you're talking about, because
it's entrepreneurship. It costs you nothing. It makes you something.
Exactly. That's a fact. But
only thing you have to do is collect the check.
Yep. But I think that I know that I want to hit the gym, because I used to run marathons, so I know what it takes to fucking 1 mile.
11 o'clock, as soon as you're done with your shift, literally gym bag at the gym, out of there by 12:30, home, eat. You still got 2 hours.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know?
But this is why, like, after you, I don't know if you see my posts, I got like 3, like, and I don't want to say people like you, because you are your own man. I got another guy that he does the motivation thing. I got another guy that does the entrepreneur. So I'm looking for these type of interviews so I can learn. You know, the people are gonna learn too, but I want to learn because I'm right next to you guys. You know, and it's gonna be motivating because
it's gonna change the dynamics of your life by listening to the things that we have to say. So listen, whatever your level is in life, if you only interview those people, you're not gonna get much out of it. Mm-hmm. You may deliver to someone in the crowd listening that's maybe like a little bit below and wants to come up a little bit. But the only way for you to level up is to change your circle. Change who you're presenting your time with, who you're spending your time with, who you're listening to, who's creating quality in your life. Because if you have the same rap sheet day in and day out, you're going to get the same result. So by you bringing in people who are influential, not only is that going to help you, it's going to attract a different audience. It's going to bring you more influence. And it's going to bring you to a place where maybe one day you didn't think you could be there.
100%.
But people meet people through people, and these people are going to introduce you to other people. Now your podcast, 12 months from now, 100,000 followers. Who knows? But you got to work your way up. So there's kind of like a diagram I have. I teach people, like, when I say, listen, people go, I don't know how to talk to wealthy people. I don't know how to talk to rich people. So I'll put them in like a category of being like a C player. Say if a C player talks to a B player, is that good? Absolutely, because that's one level up.
Yep.
Now, do you think a B player knows an A player? Absolutely. You think the A player knows a double A player? Absolutely. But if you're a C player and you talk to another C player and then you talk to another C player and you guys are all in sequence, you're probably going to be trying to influence some D players because you want to bring some people up so you look good. So you can have some power.
Yeah.
Versus trying to climb yourself up, you're going to drop yourself down. So by being able to bring more powerful people around, the conversations are going to change. The information is going to change. I mean, dude, you listen to podcasts. You do podcasts. And I'm sure you've had guests, you're like, what the fuck are they saying? You know, because people just like to hear themselves talk. But at the end of the day, when they go home and they wipe that bullshit face off, they're not that person. But it just felt good for the moment.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
No, and the reason why, you know, a lot of people watch my show and they be like, yo, you know, it's so organic and it's so honest because, bro, I don't got time for this fucking fake face bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just say, you know what? Let's talk about me right now. And I presented it that way so I can learn something. You know what I'm saying? Why am I going to say, oh, let's talk about this guy? No, let's talk about me and my life. And you know, let's talk about how, and look at, we just figured it out that, motherfucker, hit the gym. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your units that you're renting are clean. Go check, make sure the garbage is, you know, and I do that now, but you know, you get lazy sometimes. I'll do it tomorrow. No, if you own that shit and make sure it's good, the people when they fucking pay you, when they fucking pay you, they feel good. Damn, the bathroom's clean. You know, fucking the tub is clean, the kitchen's clean. Yo, I want to stay here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how you get, you know, good workers or good employee or whatever you want to call it. But no, but I'm definitely gonna you know, look forward to learning. You know what I'm saying? Because like we was talking about in the car, I'm at episode 50, I don't know, 53, 54. And when I was at episode 20, I wasn't even on the map. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even, so growing, the growth is happening. Whether you, as long as I keep coming here, you know, me and friend Jez are fucking knocking episodes out. You know, God bless him. When I met him, I leveled up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you met him, you know, he's a, you know, you guys got something coming up. That's going to be great. Let's talk about the daily plan, the weekly plan, the monthly plan. I hear you talk about that sometimes. How important is that to know exactly what your daily, let's just go with the daily plan for now. You just expressed your daily plan. Why should people use that and not just wake up and go to work and do whatever?
So I say plan. If you fail to plan, you better plan to fail. Mm-hmm. If you just try to go day in and day out with whatever happens, nothing good happens. You have nothing to look forward to. You have nothing to fight for. Just gonna whatever it is. You know, so many people are in such rotation. Go to sleep, wake up, same shit every day, and they do this forever.
Yep.
And they have no purpose. They have no passion. They're not excited. When you talk to them, they're like, yeah, I get to retire in 4 years. I'm so excited. You know, they're just fucking glad it's over. But for me, I know where I want to be. I know where I'm going. When I wake up in the morning, so if I have to be, let's say I had to be somewhere at 5, bro, I'd get up at 3. I'd get up at 3 in the morning. I'd have my coffee. I'd have a cup of water. I would journal. I would read my books. I would, you know, do whatever I had to do to get my mind right, at least for the first 30 minutes I was up, so that the world doesn't see me. I wouldn't pick up my phone. I wouldn't look at my email. I wouldn't do anything. I'd focus on me. Because the minute I got my mind right and I'm ready to deliver because I've already emptied out yesterday or whatever I was thinking about, now I got a clear page and I'm not going to my next move with worry. Now I work out. Now I work out to get everything out. So I always talk about eating the elephant first. The hardest thing for people to do is work out.
100%.
The best thing for you to do is work out in the morning. If you're working out at night, it's not a high priority. Why are you going to go to the gym at 8 o'clock at night when you could just wake up earlier, go to sleep earlier? Because your body's not going to get everything it deserves if you're doing everything then going to the gym. If you wake up in the morning and fuel yourself and let yourself start by getting your body energized and ready, the rest of your day is going to be amazing. Because you've given the beginning of your day your all. Now you eat, now you're refueled, now you're ready to go. But I used to go to the gym. I've never went to the gym at 8 o'clock at night.
Me either. When I was running, I would do it in the morning. And I would do 2-3 miles in the morning. And like you said.
How good you feel?
Fucking amazing. That's
the hardest thing is getting up.
Yeah.
But once you create a pattern, bro, I literally before an alarm even goes up, I know what time it is. Like my body knows it's time to get up. Even if I went to bed at midnight, which I probably won't get to bed till 2:00 in the morning today, I'll still be up like 4:35 tomorrow.
No, right now, I'm actually looking at a gig that's they called me the other day, and it's gonna be, it's gonna start, I have to be there at 3, so it's gonna be one of them the I don't know what they call it, middays.
Graveyard shift or something.
Well, I'll get out. I'm gonna get out at 11, but that is gonna be a perfect schedule to knock something out in the morning, because 3 to 12, you don't gotta be at work till 3. That means you get home at fucking 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna crash because you're probably tired, but you can set an alarm for fucking 4 or 5. Knock out some miles, knock out some fucking, come back, eat some fucking egg white, whatever. I got till 3 to fucking be somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no fucking excuse. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you just giving me like a whole fucking different, and this is why I'm glad you're here. Can we talk about the, when did the health thing happen for you?
A heart attack?
Yeah.
August 8th or August 3rd, I don't remember. I think it was August 8th, 2022.
And you was moving and grooving.
Yeah.
Did that slow you down? Let me answer that. No.
No. Yeah, it slowed me down a little bit. Like I had to take care of my health for a good 6 months and do things. It slowed me down with running at 1,000. I started implementing other things, but what that day did was it changed my purpose.
That's really what I want to ask. Like, what did it do for you?
It changed me. Laying in that ambulance, staring at the ceiling, thinking you're gonna die.
Helpless?
Like, dude, it's just a feeling that you never thought. Like, I'm like, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't help this person. I didn't do that. And as soon as I was released from the hospital, I said, now I have to actually, because I've always wanted to, like, really, really help people. I've been doing it, but not at the scale I'm doing now. And I know that my purpose is, I've been through so much shit. My purpose is to help people be their absolute best. Scale to their absolute best, grow to their absolute best, based on the things that I've been through and the experiences I've had. Because so many people want to be coaches, but they have nothing to coach on. They have no experience. They've got a degree on a counselor. It's like a marriage counselor who's not married. Fucking kind of advice are you giving? You know? So I realized at that point in time that I had to live for different reasons. I had to live for different purposes. And it was really time for me to really start building my legacy.
So what were you doing before that? It was all about you? You wasn't helping as much?
No, I was helping, but I wasn't charging as much. I wasn't bringing on as many people. And I was giving away free advice. And it oftentimes it pissed me off when people wouldn't use it. So I said, my information is so good, so valuable. Like, dude, I put enough free shit on the Instagram. You know what I mean? On TikTok, on wherever. You want free shit? Go there. But if you want the deep shit that I've been through, the real shit, I paid for it through pain and suffering and all the things I've been in my life. You're going to pay for it too. And that changed the game. Because by people having skin in the game, it changes the result. Bro, people will literally spend $300 on a pair of sneakers, but they won't spend $500 on themselves to grow. You
That's
know
a fact. That's a fact.
Like, literally, someone called me the other day. It's like, hey, I need a phone call. I'm like, it's $1,000 an hour. He's like, all right, I'll Venmo you. What would the average person say?
Nah.
$1,000.
You're great.
You know what I could do with $1,000?
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm going to give you $1 million in advice, you know, but my time is valuable. And I'm not saying I charge everybody $1,000, but it depends on the person and the caliber of information I have to give them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people could be $200, you know, because I know, hey, listen, I only have to plant a little seed because, like, they're not even growing, you know, but other people are majorly impacting the world, but they're just stuck. So the advice I got to give them is pretty deep, pretty raw. You know what I mean?
So someone and we just do a hypothetical, someone in the construction business, right? that's your fucking alley right there. So I'm pretty sure construction owners hit them up, my
I coach
guy.
a lot of construction people. A lot.
I was gonna ask, why should they trust you? I was gonna ask you, why should they believe in you? But you already explained that. You've been there. You ain't talking about some shit that you don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
You can actually say, look, don't invest in that because this is gonna whatever. I don't know how you do it, but I'm pretty sure it's fucking worth, like you said.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, you're going to pay for a program. You're going to pay for a club. You're going to get together with a group for X amount of dollars per year to do what? Why not be coached one-on-one with someone who's been in the trenches, done what they had to do, lost it all, got it all back? I mean, it's like opening up a book. People don't realize, like, you can literally order a book on Amazon and it will change your fucking life. But they'd rather sit there and watch fucking Netflix.
That's crazy.
Dude, I don't watch TV at all. At all. Ever.
You play Xbox?
Nope.
I can tell.
My kids have never had a system. I never will buy them one. Ever.
Why is that?
Go outside and play.
Like we used to.
Yeah,
Like we used
go
to.
eat dirt. Go drink out of a hose.
Hell yeah.
Why am I getting all my friends have an Xbox? That's good. All your friends are fucking losers. Like, what do? Their parents bought them an Xbox so they could sit in the fucking room and their parents don't have to bother with them. No, let's go jump on a dirt bike. Let's go jump on a quad. Let's go have fun. Let's go do something together. I'm not buying you a fucking Xbox so you could clam yourself up in your room. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's a fact.
And listen, if you are fucking giving your kids Xboxes, whatever, but at the end of the day, you are unsocializing your kids. Oh, but they're playing with their headphones on and talking to other fucking people. Who gives a fuck? You're unsocializing your kids with you. You're giving your kids something to stay busy so you can watch your shows, so you don't have to be bothered being a parent. Fuck out of here.
That's a fact, bro. Focusing on your own goals. That one hit me because it is what people do. They focus on other things. They focus on, he got a fucking a shore house. He got a fucking farm. He got a fucking dirt bike. Why not? Let's make yourself better.
So why don't you have it? Because you're not fucking doing what he did, right? So everyone wants to look at everybody else. Everyone wants to think everybody else is lucky. Everyone wants to look at everybody else and point the finger on
the white privilege bullshit. That's the most famous one.
Yeah, like
you white.
How deserving I am, but how much they have. People love to watch people. People love to talk about people. What people don't like to do is become better people. Make themselves better, grow themselves, and instead of worrying about what the rest of the world's doing, why not focus on how you could become better today than you were yesterday? If you want something that somebody else has, oftentimes why you're jealous of them, because they've achieved something that you haven't, simply because they're doing things that you're not willing to do. And this is oftentimes where it's seen that most people who talk shit about other people, focus on other people, the most common thing is they just won't put the work in. I'll outwork anybody. Put anyone in, I'll outwork them. Even if I won't, my mental attitude, I'm still outworking them. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm not here to compare. I'm just here to do my best. So I don't know what your best work is. I don't know what his best work is or her best work is. But I know my best work is going to beat your best work any day. And that's the way I think.
No, and it also comes with people trying to impress other people.
Yeah.
Knowing they can't afford that fucking car, but the neighbor got the fucking car.
Oh, live in clout, bro. People want to live in glory, right? So like, people want to live in an apartment that costs $500, but they want a car that costs $1,500. I'd much rather live in a more comfortable fucking house and drive something a little bit shittier, but it's all about their impression. They want to be late on their rent, but buy the newest pair of shoes because they got to look good. And once you can get rid of that, dude, I don't give a shit what I look like. If you looked at me walking down the street, you'd have no idea what I've been through in my life or what I do. And the main reason is no matter what happens to you, good or bad, don't ever forget where you started. Don't ever forget who you were. The only thing that changes about you maybe is your bank account, maybe is your zip code, and maybe is the people that you surround yourself with. But the one thing that shouldn't change is you. And you should always be the person you always were. Because your original self will always grow to a better spot than your fake self.
Oh no, yeah, that fake, all that impression shit. You know, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. I never had Louis. I've never had Gucci. I know. God bless you if you do. Not my problem. But
I got a Louis bag.
it's nice.
Travel.
The man purse.
No, like the big travel bag for like the airport. I don't even use it. Fuck that thing. Carry that thing around. Stupid as hell.
You look plain as motherfucker.
It's like a black, all black. It doesn't have like no pattern on it.
Hey, and
But dude, I'd rather put a backpack on.
100%.
You know, run through the airport with a backpack.
But let's go back to the appearance thing. Like people could look at you and you know you got your. By the way, check out the Big D podcast. How many? Wait. Speaking of podcasts, how many you got?
I got 2 podcasts.
So one is the
Big D podcast and the Intrepidus podcast.
Nice. We'll get back to that. I just wanted to show your shirt some love. Regular sneakers, chill. And you know where I learned that? I was working in Chase for about 3 years, right? And I was a teller.
Chase Bank. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm behind the glass. I'm a teller. You can come to me, change a check, whatever, deposit. And week 1, I learned don't fucking judge.
Yeah, the most wealthy people.
Bro, regular.
Ripped clothes. They don't give a fuck.
Fucking hair coming out their fucking nose. No haircut.
Yeah.
Dusty. Fucking 200 grand in one account, 500 in the other account. And I'm like, I looked at my supervisor. She started laughing at me. She said, yeah, I know. And then you see the fucking gold chain motherfuckers, $81 in their account.
Negative 30.
So
I'm here to pay down my negative.
I'm so glad that I don't know where I got it from, but I don't give a shit about none of that, bro. I care about, you know, me and my lady. I make sure mom's is good. I make sure my lady's good. My lady is a fucking a lunch making master, leftover master. Babe, don't spend money tomorrow. I made the leftover steak, fucking rice, whatever. And I've been with like almost 2 years. But bro, I didn't fucking I don't got time for that. Whatever the fuck we ate. That shit goes to whatever. Bro, she can fucking tupple everything nice. And you know what? She probably saves me $100 a fucking week. Yeah. I wasn't going to do that shit. Yeah. So little things like that matter, bro. Fuck all the people. Stop with the fucking trying to. You're not impressing nobody. You can't take it with you. That flashy fucking jacket that costs $500, $600, it's pink with fucking rhinestones. You can't wear it every day. You could wear it maybe once a year.
Yeah, I'm a far beyond flash guy.
You just be chilling.
You know what I mean? Like even like when I go do an event, if I go to an event, like I'm going to a Lambo event next week.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll be in a t-shirt.
Do you have a Lambo?
Just like no.
Oh. So, hey.
I wouldn't waste the money. I got a vet.
A vet. Oh, there you go. That's the old school right there. Let's talk about, because people think that you got obviously the 40 hours a week. You get 2 days off, you get vacation, blah, 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 right? I want you to explain to people that want their own business, that there's no fucking days off, there's no holiday, there's no fucking sick days. You are on. Mm-hmm. What can you, what kind of coaching can you give on fucking owning your own business one-on-one when it comes to that type of shit?
Well, if you want to be like everybody else, work your 40 hours. But if you want to be like the people that inspire you and the people that you're driven to be like, there's no time clock. You know, it is what it is. You're working when you're working. You're going to miss holidays. You're going to miss weddings. You're going to miss funerals. You're going to miss birthday parties. You're going to miss shit because it's just the way it is. Your business is your baby.
That's a fact.
Your business provides everything that your life desires, everything that you want. But when you treat everything else as a priority over your business will fail. Like if you invest, let's say $100,000 into a company, I'm sure you'll take it serious. But if you invested nothing in your company, it was like, oh, well, if I don't make it, I'll just go back to my job. You'll probably go back to your job. Because the graduation party was more important. You know how many fucking shit I missed I don't give a fuck, dude. Just send the envelope. That's all I want anyway. You know what I mean? Why do I want to sit around a table with people talking about a common past? Talking about how negative this is and how we used to do this and how we used to get... I don't give a fuck about what I used to do. I'm trying to think about what I'm doing now. You know, I'd rather just be on a boat with someone or be on a plane with someone who's got a big vision, or be away with someone on vacation who's a visionary, and we could talk about some good shit, eat some good food. You know, I don't want to be the guy going out with my 6 old friends and who's paying the bill. Oh, I only had a salad. It's $4. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You know what I mean? Like, that shit don't work. But you're never going to get past that unless you grow out of those places. And being in business, dude, whatever fucking life you had before, it's over. Because you're entering a new space, a new world, and it's going to kick the shit out of you.
Let's because my lady's gonna be watching this, right? And she does she does hair, she does makeup, right? She rented a studio, and she just walked away from one of her little side hustles because she's like she called me today. She says, "Babe, I don't want to fucking be here." I said, "Babe, call a cab, leave," and that's what she did. So, and I'm telling her, forget about the side hustle bullshit for a couple of dollars. Go work on your fucking studio. Post on IG. Keep fucking posting. Get your name out there, so you could get some clientele. So you can do makeup. So you can do hair. So give a little message to Lexi. And what would you? And babe, people pay for this. So you're gonna get about 2 minutes of so. Chill out. What just something to drive a fucking something up her ass, like to get it shaking and grooving, because you already said if you serious, get fucking serious. But what something that simple, you know, for her, what do you think will get the ball rolling, because clientele that comes in when it comes, but as far as her drive
has to come within, bro. I can't beat that shit out of that or somebody.
Yep.
But what I can tell you is that I think a common thought is, what if it doesn't work? The one thing I would change is say that differently. What if it does?
100%.
Where would life be when this happens? What would life look like when this happens? How will I feel when this happens? And start putting yourself in a space of you already being there and imagining this life that you deserve, that you want, and this space that you see yourself in, bro, it's over.
And it doesn't even feel like work, because you're gonna love. Back to your construction. I'm pretty sure you love that shit, right?
I don't love it anymore, but I used to.
You know what I'm saying? You used to, but it's that it got you going. You know what I'm saying? You know, it motivated you to get that truck, get the tools, and say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go do it."
Yeah.
You know, and now you got
I was just unemployable. I didn't want a job.
You mentioned he mentioned to me he's never had a job before. What does that even mean?
Never had a job.
So at 17, that first move you made, and and whatever companies failed, you started from zero all over again. So there's never been a clock. There's never been, hey, Dan's here. None of that bullshit.
No.
That's fucking amazing.
No. I'm unemployable. I'm not going to... Listen, I couldn't listen to my principals and my teachers. I'm not going to listen to somebody tell me what time I'm going to show up.
And move them bags over there.
My oldest son's 20 years old. He's got his own business. He's never had a job, ever. Wouldn't even let him work for me. Start your own company.
That's beautiful.
My other son is starting a company. 1 year out of school. He's had a couple jobs here and there, but not like under my influence. Now he's going to business. The only way you're going to be able to achieve the things that you've lived through is by hard work. I'm not giving my kids anything. I'll give it to the poor before I give it to them. You're going to do what I did to get what I've got. Because if I give it to you, you're going to fuck it up, and your kids are going to be spoiled shitheads. It's not working like that. You're going to learn what I learned: hard work, dedication, and desire. You're going to reap the rewards. You're going to make your own dollar. You're going to pay your own way. And that's what you're going to understand. And I don't want to hear your bullshit excuses. I don't want to hear you crying. If you're going to cry, go cry to somebody else because I'm the wrong person to cry to.
But you got that back though, right?
Always got their back.
But
I'm not funding their life.
okay, gotcha.
They're going to work for what they want and what they need.
Dad, I want to go to Miami. All right, go figure it out.
Okay, how much is it going to cost you?
A good weekend in Miami is about $2,000.
All right, they're paying for it. I'm not paying for it.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I love it.
My one son goes down and sees a couple friends in Carolina all the time. He pays for it. You know, my other son, like, dude, he's got his own Harley. He's got his own jet ski. He's got his own. He puts fuel in everything. I don't do it. He's got his own car payment. He's got his own motorcycle payment. I'm not paying that shit, dude.
You have to figure it out.
No one did it for me. That's why I am where I am. No one's doing it for you. The only thing I've done for them is pave the path of showing them what's possible. But it's impossible unless you're willing to do what I did.
Isn't that what the fucking animals do? The lions do the same shit. Go fucking kill. You want to eat? Go. You can suck on the teeth for a little while.
Like in Lion King, right? They fucking lift them up and they fucking go. You're done.
Go figure it out. And what's the movie? 300. Same shit.
Yeah, I don't know about movies. I don't.
Oh, never mind.
I just know Lion King because I was little.
Never mind. Your videos are just like his videos are just like this, straight fucking forward. Why you don't sugarcoat shit? I love it. You know, your videos are straightforward.
I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
You don't get. And I just wrote that. I say real, no BS. Nothing is easy. Don't be lazy. Don't be a fucking lazy piece of shit. Like you are straight fucking forward when it comes to the motive. I don't even. Do you even call it motivation? No. What do you call that shit?
I feel like I inspire people, but at the end of the day, like, listen, I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. That's what all these other influencers do. They make life look so good until you get kicked in the face. I'm going to tell you everything you don't want to hear, and if it fucking hurts, you need to hear it.
100%.
I love kicking people in the nuts, bro. I love it. Did that fucking hurt? Well, I got some more for you. And every time I get on a coaching call, I go, listen, this is about to get real. Shit's about to get serious. And you're probably not going to like what I have to fucking say. Because I don't take excuses. Well, but I don't want to hear that shit. If your fucking kid was hanging off the top of a building, would you have an excuse? No. Well, why do you have an excuse for this? Why aren't you treating this like it's something important in your life, like your child?
No, 100%.
Because you have another option. Well, right now there's no other fucking option. And you got to get people to think like this. Where we live in a coddled world where everyone wants to get hugged. Everyone wants a trophy. Everyone wants a reward. Everyone wants an identity to be noticed as something. You know when you're fucking noticed? When you make a difference. That's when you get noticed. If not, just sit in the fucking corner like the rest of them.
No, that's a fact. So when you're coaching, right? I hire you coaching. You can see my numbers and you can see my business?
See everything. You're telling me everything. As long as you're transparent with me,
yeah,
you're telling me everything. And I'm going to make sure that I 3 to 5X whatever your business is in the next 12 months. But it's going to take a whole lot of your changing. You're going to be a totally different person.
Yeah, because you can see back to the numbers. You can see the numbers.
Yeah.
Where you need help, where you spending too much, where whatever. Somebody stealing, that type of shit, or you don't fuck with that?
No, so like the way I help you is a couple different ways. Number one, like for you to grow in business, you got to grow first. Like, so I truly believe like the world won't give you a level of success that you haven't earned, meaning you haven't got yourself ready for it. Like, it's like when people win the lottery. They fucking lose it and they're broke again. Why? Unexpected income is spent faster than expected income.
Wow.
Right? So if I build you to a place where, let's say you're making $100,000 a year. All right, now the goal is to make $500,000 a year. Well, your current spending habits, your current behaviors, your current way that you think, $500,000 a year is going to break you. It's not going to make you. Because you're going to feel like you're on top of the world. So to be the person to be able to experience that growth, it's got to start with you. So looking at your numbers and your business, like that's your accountant. But if you tell me where the problems are, I can tell you where to implement the change. So I asked people a whole bunch of questions, and they're pretty fucking hard questions about you, about your business, about your problems. 99% of people, they don't want to own their problems. They don't want to take accountability. Whatever happens in your life from today and past is because of you. A situation you put yourself in, a place you brought yourself to, people you've conducted business with, people you've put yourself in front of. Every result in life is because of an action you've taken. And until you're able to own that, but this guy, but that girl, that shit doesn't work.
No, that DWI was definitely your fault. You put yourself in that situation. And that's just a quick example of you put yourself in that situation. And how do you get yourself out of it? Well, now you're fucked. Now you gotta.
Now you learn from it. You grow from it. Don't do it again.
100% don't do it again. How important? Because I think I heard you mention credit before, but how do you help with that? Not help with it, but does it even fucking matter? And this lifetime,
we use other people's money. Wealthy people use other people's money. We leverage other people's money. We have investors. We don't use our own money.
I heard that before. I heard the first million is like the hardest, and after, I think I forgot what podcast it was. The host asked him. He said some shit like he used other people's money, but he asked him, something about what it felt like to be a millionaire or whatever, and he was like, once you get to the million, you can make 5 after that because it's the money. Not only is the money working itself, but you can you open up. You're in the club now of investing, and you're in the club of easy money.
2 things. You talked about credit. People who chase credit, it's like chasing weight loss. It's like looking at the scale every day. Credit doesn't matter. It's about leverage. Wealthy people leverage other people, and they leverage other people's money to make their money. It's just the way it works. We don't worry about our credit score. We don't care if we have a fucking 880 or a fucking 420. We don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, like when you're successful and you walk into a place they know, and you can buy any car you want, you just can't buy a Hyundai unless you have a good credit score. There's a difference. Like you want to buy a Bugatti, they vet you out to see who you are, see what you're doing. They don't look at your credit score. They look at you. How are you going to represent our brand?
Look at that.
This is what they do. So people don't understand that this is the way normal people think. I need a good credit score. I need to lose weight. And it's constant battle in your mind about trying to fight these things. If you need to lose weight, just eat the right foods and you're going to lose weight. Stepping on a scale every day because maybe you missed one meal, you're probably going to be heavier.
I stopped drinking beer for 2 weeks.
Good, just to keep stop drinking beer.
Now I'm on Patron and Ice. Hey, the Patron and Ice is not going to give you a gut.
Yeah, I'm not really a drinker.
God bless.
So people always want to chase those things, but they don't realize that those things
that's normal.
Take away from.
Yeah.
If you just like literally conducted business, we talked about making $1 million. Have you made 100,000 yet? Have you made 10,000 yet? Have you made 50,000 yet? Everyone wants to make $1 million, but they don't even know how to make 100,000. Let's get you there first. Now let's get you to 250, $250,000. Let's go to $500,000. Now we can go to $1 million. It's baby steps. The problem is we live in a microwave shake and bake generation where everyone wants instant success, instant this, instant that. It's fucking crazy. No matter what you do for the rest of your life, it's going to take time if it's going to be worth anything. One thing I tell people often is anything worth anything in your life is going to cause pain, need discipline, and it's going to push you in a direction that's extremely uncomfortable. But if it's easy, it's oftentimes not worth it.
This is true because you didn't fucking work for it. Back to the thing with the kids. You can't give them. They're going to fuck it up. They're going to crash the fucking car you gave them. They're going to crash the boat you gave them. Though this is my boat. Wait a minute.
My daughter was just showing me like some fucking kid in high school, like 17 years old or some shit, had a brand new Mercedes. I'm like, tell me it looks like a faggot. Fucking white Mercedes with a fucking little pretty roof in it inside the car. Like, really? His parents bought him that?
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? My daughter's probably gonna she wants a pickup truck, bro. She wants like a 2015 Ford F-350 diesel pickup truck. That's what my daughter wants. You know? She doesn't want a 2026 diesel because she knows she's not getting it. And she knows whatever truck she gets, she better come up with the money. All my kids pay for their cars. Why? Treat them better. You go buy your kid a $30,000, $40,000 Mercedes, he doesn't give a fuck how he drives it. He doesn't give a fuck where he parks it.
He don't give a fuck about that tight spot. That tight spot.
And he'll drive like an asshole because he doesn't care. He'll run it out of gas because he doesn't care. Mommy and daddy will save me. But when kids, what I found, even little shit, like if my daughter wants a new straightener, pay for it. I'm not buying that shit. You already have one. Why can't you use that one? Well, this one's better. Okay, well, pay for it. And when they pay for things out of their own money, they appreciate them. They take care of them. Then they start deciphering the difference between, and this is something I've been teaching my kids since they're young, the difference between wants and needs. It's okay to want things, but do you really need it?
Mm-hmm.
And when they start distinguishing the difference between them, especially at a young age, it creates this whole different brain and this whole different way of thinking that you can't teach.
No, wants and needs. That's real shit. Let's talk about the level up. That's the video. That video might go up every day to level up. You know, DM me. And, what can they find? And obviously, we're not gonna give them the whole kitchen. But when they DM you, what are they getting for the level up? The introduction.
No, so I find the root of the problem. Like usually, like if it says like, let's say I'm putting out an ad that says, hey, if you're the bottleneck of your business, you're never going to be able to grow. Or if you're still doing what you did to get to 100,000, you're never going to get to 500,000. If you're ready for growth, DM me level up, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If they DM me level up, I'll say, hey, thanks for the message. Glad you got something out of the video. What exactly are you struggling with right now? And I try to dig deep into them. I'll have a conversation, bro, for like, I don't know, 30 back and forth, 15 each maybe. And then by the time they're done, they're telling me what their problems are. Now I ask them if they want help. Oftentimes, yes. Sometimes, no. Sometimes ghost. But hey, listen, at least I just helped them out a little bit. But they'll always remember that. So many other guys go right into the sale. For me, it's like, listen, first I want to figure out if I can work with you. Second of all, I want to figure out what the real problem is. And third of all, like, if we don't vibe, it ain't happening. You know, and I'll know, like, through a conversation repetitively if we're going to be able to connect based on your responses, based on what your needs are, and that kind of stuff.
And I know business and getting a podcast a guest on your podcast is the chemistry that you just said. That vibe is. I've had people call me. Oh, I want to be in a podcast. I ain't no problem. Hit me up. We've been on the phone 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, we can have an hour and a half conversation because we just vibed on the phone. I've never met this person in my life, and we just went back and forth about whatever for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And it's the same thing.
Fuck that. Don't do that no more. Create a form. We fill out a form. We make people fill out a form.
Yeah.
And we read their form. It's very deep questions, and we see how they answer them. Seriously, jokingly, or ignored. Bro, your time's valuable.
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting. You'd rather have that conversation here for 45 minutes.
Not if I don't vibe with them. I don't know. I could tell in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but check out their Instagram. Check out their social platforms. You'll know if you vibe with them.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it though. Even when it comes to fucking renting rooms, like when they hit me up,
that's different.
Yeah, but it's
you're bringing someone into your place of business or a home that you own. You got to vet them out.
Yeah, I'll be vetting guests. But let's see if you're fucking worth it, because I don't want to fucking drive up here to have a 20-minute conversation that's gonna die in 15. Yeah. So that's but a lot of people do the form thing too. What are you getting out of the IG? Do you? I know it's part of the business, but do you like that shit? 'Cause this is remember when we growing up, we didn't have that shit. You know, what do you get out of it?
It's an easier way to get your message out,
Yeah,
and it's an easier way to reach people. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, these platforms are not going to be wealth builders for you. Yes, some of these fucking bullshit influencers use it and sell their fucking bullshit. You know, and most people will buy the bullshit because they're posting a car, because they're posting a house that's rented, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let those people go. But real people recognize real people. And having a platform like even YouTube allows people to identify and connect with you. So you've seen my videos.
Mm-hmm.
I post a video, it's going to hit somebody. And then I get a message, hey, listen, thanks for that video. It really helped me. Hey, listen, the full episode's coming out on Monday. You know, make sure you're following me so you get to watch that. I'm not trying to sell them on anything. I'm not trying to do anything. But that's building me. It's building my brand. It's building a relationship that you never know where it's going to go.
No, I hit you up about the one, the purpose one, bro. That one fucked me up because I'm like, yo, even with this, and I'll be transparent again. I don't know where this shit's going. I don't know what's the purpose. I know that I'm on episode fucking 54, and I know that people, you know, they love my show and they tell me, I saw it, but I'm still stuck on what the fuck is the purpose. You fucked me up with that shit. I had to really look in the mirror and say, what is my purpose? Because am I just talking shit?
There's a reason. You're not talking shit, but there's a reason why you're doing it. You have to figure out what that reason is. It's a Friday night, dude. You could be spending it doing so many other things, but you're doing it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's to share the message with the crowd, help other people grow, be influential to maybe a circle that you know needs inspiring. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. I don't know that. But
No,
there's a reason why you do it, or else you wouldn't do it. Because this shit isn't free. It costs time and money.
Yep.
And you just get, once you really figure out what the purpose is, you're going to see like yourself go to a next level. You're just going to like explode to the next level. So maybe that's what's holding you back and like kind of hitting you at this plateau stage. Then when you figure out the purpose, now you're going to drive the podcast off of your purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, bro. And it was, you know, I want your final thoughts. Just a message just to give people pretty much what you do on your platform. But before that, I just want to say thank you, my brother, because, you know, it's an honor, you know, to have you here. I've been watching your videos for a couple of months. And it's funny how the algorithm just sends people, like, I don't know how the fuck I found you. It just appeared one day.
Yeah.
And, you know, then I started liking your shit, you know, and I like that you hit me back, like, yo, good looking, brother. Yo, you know, and you didn't just, oh, all right, no, thumbs up. And that emoji bullshit is fucking annoying too. I like having conversations. I like if you post something, yo, like the purpose one. I said, yo, I said that shit, yo, thank you, because, and then that's the thing too when it comes to people, they're embarrassed to say, I don't
be vulnerable.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I was vulnerable like 3 times on here because, I want to act like I have it all figured out. A person like you, or a person that knows about what you think you know about, they're gonna see through you. You know what the fuck you doing. Let's keep it real so I can help you.
Exactly.
Don't fucking lie on the form or on the whatever. If you want help, ask for help.
Yep.
Don't fucking pretend that I don't know shit. Okay, thank you. Now we got something to work with. I don't know shit. That's a good step. Let's work with that.
Yeah.
But final thoughts, my brother. You know, just you know, let's keep the message going.
Well, I just you know, to anyone out there, no matter what you're going through, just execute relentlessly. Just keep going after it. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people are doing. You have one opportunity and one chance in life, and that chance is the dash between the day you're born and the day you die. That's the only thing people will ever remember you by. But the reason why you're doing what you're doing is probably laying next to you in bed at night. It's probably in another room as one of your kids, whatever it is. These are the real reasons why you wake up every day and do what you do. But you have to make sure that you're leading the example. Are you doing everything possible to show whoever it is what's possible, to be their absolute best. Because remember, people learn from people, and your children especially do as you do because they watch you. They don't do as you say. So your kids become clones of you, and their identity becomes something that you implant in them based on the things that you show them, do with them, and explain to them. So no matter where life is right now, you have an opportunity to become greater, bigger, better every single day. Do it. You can check me out. Instagram _big_Dan_official, Big Dan Official, or dansachkowsky.com. You can hit all my social links on there. And, anything I could do, just reach out to me. It's not going to cost you anything. I'll help you out.
There you go, baby. Big D. And we out. Peace. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Go get your own fucking car, goddammit.